Lord have mercy. Granny is at it again.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Season 4, Episode 2 of Empire. Like I said, Granny's behind is at it again. Lucius is in there getting ready to take a bath. He takes his prosthetic leg and all that off. Get ready to put himself into the tub. And usually he has Claudia do it, but he wanted to do it himself. He's in there laying back in the tub, baby. The next thing you know, he's being drowned again. And I thought he was just having a flashback and remembering some of his past. No, it was Granny. Granny had done showed up again, and she was really giving him the old dunk treatment yet again. Like Oktoberfest. I said, Lord have mercy. They come in, they get her. Claudia's getting her out of there. She's talking about, there's evil in him. I'm telling you, there's evil in him. This, that. I said, girl, here she go with her bull crap. We had that go on with her. We'll talk about Granny a little bit later, too. Next thing, we see Cookie moving back into the mansion. She basically told Claudia, you know what, I should have did this a long time ago when he first got home. I needed to come up in here so I could supervise you. You better get my man together and get him together quick, or we're going to have a problem. I knew that was coming. Andre was at the bar. He's at the club. I think he's at Leviticus. He's in there and he meet up with this old woman. I said, she looked a little suspect. But he meets up with her. And she's like trying to give him to buy her a drink. Next thing you know, he would get ready to give her the D, honey. They up in the little bathroom area or wherever they were. And this little stuff wouldn't work. And he tells her, my doctor got me on some new medication. You know, that's what she said, must not be our night. And she told him, well, you tell your doctor that he just made you miss the best piece of ass that you were ever going to have. And she went on out of there. Come to find out later, she's a detective. She's a detective and she's actually on the case with the stuff about Juliana and all that. And he actually asked her, he said, what was you trying to set me up or something? He ran to her, say, I didn't know who you were. Child lies. Everybody knows who they are. I said, see, I thought she was kind of suspect. But anyway, they didn't go too far into her, but we're going to see more of her, I'm sure. And she says, no, I wasn't trying to set you up. Remember, you couldn't get it up. I said, oh. Okay. So she's going to be interesting. Then we see Anika. Anika's in court. They said, nope, we ain't letting her out. So she rolls back there. Hakeem's back there, tells Hakeem, tell Cookie, I remember January 7th, 2002. He's like, what is that all about? Come to find out, he said something to Cookie about it. That's the day that Bonky got killed. Okay? So that's what she was talking about. I was trying to blackmail and carry on. So Cookie came to see Anika. And she came with Thirsty. And they're talking. And she's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. She's like, yeah, you got me here. You got my attention. But hold on, bitch. Don't play no games with me. You got paid off. And we're not going to play no games. It is what it is. So that was that. A little bit after that, we found out that there was like a situation that went on where Granny, her and her bullcrap again, was up in the room searching around for Cookie's gun. She said to Cookie, said, what are you doing in my room? Going through my drawers and stuff. She gonna say, I was looking for your gun. I need to take care of that witch. And she's like, what are you talking about? She's talking about Claudia. And then she says to Cookie, I put that bastard in the ground And I took care of that other witch. I blamed that on that witch and got her locked up. I framed that whore. And Cookie's looking, Cookie's like, really now? Okay. Next thing we end up seeing, we see Nana. And they all in the room. Baby, and the people come, and they had Nana committed. And Dwight signed off on it. I said, oh my gosh. But she needed to go. She's just too, she's like, what? And she has been for 2 seasons. She's been running wild and acted a mess. And then she tried to drown him. Then she done killed Tariq. She done framed the nigga. She doing too much. It was time for her to go. They just sent her ass right to Shady Pines, honey. I said, oh well, see you, girl. And she running around looking for guns. Goodbye, girl. They sent her right on up to Shady Pines. Okay, so once that happened, Thirsty was back on it. Thirsty went and finessed the DA and got everything switched around, made it where they were seeing that Tyreek was sexually harassing Anika and that it was self-defense, and ended up getting her out. She got out. And the first thing she sees, she goes to see Bella naturally. She go to see Bella at Hakeem's, and when I opened up the door, baby, Tiana's holding Bella. And baby, Anika looked at her. I said, oh. Baby, if looks could kill, Boo Boo Kitty looked at her like, oh, bitch, I'm going to get you, honey. I'm going to get you. I said, uh-oh. So, y'all, we're going to be watching for that to see how all that goes on. Lucius and Claudia were hanging out at a restaurant, and he ended up ditching her because they ran into a guy. There was a guy that worked in the restaurant. He remembered Lucius, and Lucius was, it sparked his interest, like being around people that knew him, you know, because he's pretending like he remembers her, but he doesn't remember. And Claudia kind of shooed the guy away, and Lucius said, I think you kind of hurt his feelings, you know what I mean? And she's like, that's okay. He's like, but that's not the way things are supposed to be. Like, you don't always control the environment. He ditched her and ended up going over to this other guy's house that the guy had mentioned. He went to the country club. The guy owns the country club. His name is Eddie Barker. He was from his past. He ended up going up there with him. They ended up being together, and they were like reminiscing about old times and all that, because he was actually there was a wedding going on, and Lucius came in there with a sweatsuit on and whatnot, but he wasn't shady. The guy was real nice. They started talking about old times. And they talk about this one little situation where Lucius threw this guy, bust this guy's nose and threw him in the trunk. And he got all upset, you know. So I got to take back what I said. I think he really doesn't remember things, because I thought he was just putting on. But it bothered him. When he's faced with his past, it's bothering him to find out that he really was all screwed up. So later on that day, the Eddie Barker, Cookie ended up finding them. They get all together, and she thanks Eddie and tells Eddie everything's cool. He's like, everything ain't cool, Cookie. He don't remember me. He does not remember me. Something's going on. So Cookie came out and told him, you know, listen, this is what we got going on. Please don't say anything, because I can't have that in the media. Screw up our business. And she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Our investors are getting nervous. This, that, and the other. He told them, y'all going to do like y'all always do. Y'all going to do music, because that's what y'all do. Do what Lucius would have done. Stop holding it from your staff of people. Go to your people. Have them make music so that some money can be made, and there won't be any of these issues. There won't be a need for liquidation or any of that. So we end up later on seeing there was this whole announcement was going to get made. Andre's sitting there. He's waiting and ready for her to make this announcement, thinking that this is the announcement. This is what they've been waiting on. Everything will be turned over to Andre, baby, and Cookie drops it on them. No, we're good. We're ready to do this initiative 20 by 20. Is what we're going to do 20 years and 20 albums. We're going to release 20 albums, one album for every artist this year. We're going to have a release. Baby, that Andre got mad. Andre coming to see Cookie in her office. They get to going back and forth. Cookie had this bad outfit on. The dress was bad. But they were going back and forth. And he's screaming at her and telling her, how do you think this is going to work? How is the first? She said, it's going to work. You're going to make it work. You're going to do like you do. The job that you've been hired to do. Anybody trying to hear what you're talking about? I'm doing what Lucius would do. He's like, you know good and well Lucius wouldn't approve this, that, and the other. And she's looking at him, and he's steady going off the deep end. She reached back there and got her bat and said, see, I know where this is going. She told him, listen, let me tell you something. Next time you roll up in here with your resume dusted off. Because one thing that I know Lucius didn't go for, this insubordination that you're doing, coming in here not respecting me and talking to me crazy, ain't nothing up. Take your crazy ass home. Take your ass home. And he looking at her. She's like, goodbye. Go home. Andre, go home. Before she give him a taste of that damn bat. He was pissed. And he left up out of there, though. He left. He knew what was going to happen. Let's talk about Jamal. What Jamal got going on. Jamal done bought the bait. Him and Terrell Carter, his little character, the little Dubois twin boy, done got up under Jamal, honey, and Jamal's all into him, and they're all singing the duets and all that. So, oh, girl, you done fell for the okie doke. There was this whole little thing where Jamal created this song. He loved the song. The people that wanted to actually purchase the song wanted certain things changed about it. Jamal was feeling some kind of way. Becky was like, listen, whatever. Becky repackaged, put Tori's vocals on it, sold it. Because Jamal went in and changed everything all together, and it was like a whole different feel. And Becky's like, listen, Jamal, she's like, I did what I had to do for the money, you know, because she's only being A&R while Anika's gone. Child, she's trying to prove herself. Jamal cussed her out and told her, don't ever overstep me again, or you'll be looking for a job. You know, and she's like, damn. So then the next thing you know, after it all happens, she runs into Cookie. Cookie was living for what she did and told her, girl, don't worry about Jamal, and gave her a 30% increase in her salary and pretty much got herself locked into that position. I said, ooh. So that really worked, but I don't know how that's going to work with Jamal. But we'll see. So that whole thing went down. Let's see. What was the last thing? Lucius and Claudia. So once everything had happened, because Cookie had cussed Claudia out when she lost Lucius and couldn't find him and all that. So she was leaving. She was going to leave. Lucius then eased around there and told her, no, you can't leave, you can't leave. And it was, you know how he is about thunderstorms. It was thunderstorming. He told her she can't leave and all this kind of carrying on. And the next thing you know, honey, they up there cuddling, and as she hugging him, he got his head all rested in her bosom. Honey, I don't trust her not one little bit. Not one little bit. And the last thing he said to her, you're the only one that I do trust. I said, you buying the bait like Jamal, y'all both gonna be messed up. With that old, y'all got y'all little ding-dongs leading y'all the wrong way, I'm telling you. But anyway, that's where we ended out at, y'all. So that's it. And I'll catch up with y'all next week. Later.